And we were supposed to have a party at 1 to 4. It was going to be a pool party, but like usual, it's always raining on JB's birthday this week. And Jamie should be up here shortly. And here comes Jamie. Uh-oh, the birthday girl. Happy birthday, Jamie.
Thank you.
Nice her birthday cake. It's very pretty. We can see the
How many
cake.
colors do you have in all these?
Okay. Swifts.
And this is my new doll for my birthday too.
Where'd Travis go? There's Travis.
How in the world do you open the car? That's one thing that I wondered this year. You're closed. Is it closed? It's probably closed. Oh, right, it's closed. I'm smart.
Good.
Hi.
There's Andrew and Travis and Jamie.
Hello.
They're cute.
Hello. No, I'm gonna carefully open. Open the new kids on the block. So that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, open it. Yeah. Good. Yeah, I don't want to. Yeah, that's not what I asked for from Melanie.
I can't write.
From the birthday girl. Who cares about that?
Jamie.
Read the card. This little kitten is skating by with a loving wish and a birthday high. And this, you're someone extra nice. She wants to wish you this wish for happy birthday, happy birthday. Oh my gosh.
Ooh, whoa, a nightshirt.
I've got the neon one. The orange and
No, it's a new rock and roll group. Little girls love them, boys don't. I'm Jamie.
Kids are a safe day. I never knew I was good. Sing paper, new kids. Yes. No.
Ooh, what?
Try, child.
Yeah, you're my godchild. I'm just not a fairy godmother. There's only one in the family.
Hey, can I
Do you know we have a fairy godmother in our family? You do? Huh?
That's a neat name. Just hug us. And Terry, Uncle Fred, Travis, and Adam. I dare you to push me off now.
No, guys, away from the stairs.
No, I'm going to be third. I'm going down to my mom. I like going down. What? I didn't even have to hold
Okay.
it.
Ooh, what's that?
That's when I'm trying to open it. Whoa. If it's sure to click, I think it's China stuff. I think it's a bomb. I think it's jewelry. I think it's, exploding.
I told you.
It's not jewelry.
What is it?
It's set for dollhouse. Oh,
Ooh.
Yes. Oh, yeah, that's my present.
Don't let anybody touch it.
Sugar and flour. Maybe they're all the right scale. No, you read first. Wow.
Yes.
Thank you. That's it's Ellie Ball.
Travis, is that this? No, I didn't. It's just the rocks from home. Oh, look at Coffee. Maybe we should
Mailbox.
Why?
Ooh.
Okay, we have everybody that we're going to have. Everyone is ready for a magic show. And everybody Good. Greetings, everybody. I'm Kabbalah from across the sea. I've come with magic and mystery. Now, I know that everybody here knows what magic is. Watch this red handkerchief carefully, because magic is something you don't expect to happen. And this is a magic wand that I use to cast magic spells. And I'm going to cast a magic spell today because I'm going to give all of you boys and girls magic powers so that you can do magic just like I do. I'm going to wave my magic wand over you 3 times. And now all of you have magic powers. Now the way that you're going to use your magic powers is like this. At different times in the show, I'm going to ask all of you to wiggle your fingers just like this to help me make magic happen. And you will be surprised at the power that's in your fingertips. And I think since I've given you magic powers, that it would be a good idea to test them out and make sure that they're working. So I have a special test for testing magic powers. And this test uses something that I'll bet most of you boys and girls have played with at one time or another. In fact, most of you probably have one of these at home somewhere. And that is a Rubik's Cube. How many people here have ever played with a Rubik's Cube? Raise your hand. That's terrific, hands down. You know, when I got this Rubik's Cube a long time ago, I played with it every day for hours and hours. I twisted it, and I turned it, and I turned it, and I twisted it, but I never could solve it. But I brought it along today because I was hoping that maybe all of you boys and girls might help me solve my Rubik's Cube if your magic powers are working. So we'll find out if they are. Now, I have a little box that I keep this Rubik's Cube in. It's just big enough to hold. And the box has a cover, which goes on just like that. Now, I'll put the whole thing right here in my hand, and now it's your turn to wiggle your magic fingers 3 times. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Very good. Do you think that you could have solved my Rubik's Cube by wiggling your fingers 3 times?
Yeah.
Do you? How many of you boys and girls believe in magic? Raise your hand if you do.
God has magic.
I'm glad that most of you believe in magic, because you know, if you believe in magic, almost anything is possible. And since so many of you believe in magic, and since you wiggled your fingers 3 times, let's see if anything happened here. Well, look at this, everybody. There it is, a Rubik's Cube, 100% completely solved. And that, everybody, is the power of magic. And since that was your magic, why don't you give yourselves a big hand?
Yay. Okay.
Well, I can tell by the way you did that this is going to be an audience full of good magician's assistants. Now, before we go any farther, I'd like to ask all of you a big favor. And that is, I know that some of you have seen me before. How many of you have ever seen me before? Yeah, several of you. Good. How many of you have seen other magicians before? Everybody's probably seen a magician at one time or another, right? Good. Well, hands down. Since you've seen magicians before, chances are you might see some things here today that you've seen another time. But it's very important that you don't tell people what's going to happen before it happens if you happen to know. Because there are people that haven't seen those things, and that would ruin surprises for them. And, you know, it's not very much fun to get a surprise ruined, so I hope I can count on everybody not to ruin anyone else's surprise. And since I knew there were a lot of people here that have seen me before, I made sure that I brought some things that I didn't do at the party that you saw me at in June. But I did bring along a few things that you might have seen then, because I thought you might like to see them again. And you know what? One thing that I like to do whenever I get a chance is to do magic with things I find around the house. I'm not even talking about my house. I'm talking about this house. I was just looking around down here today, and I was looking over on the bar here. And you know what I saw on the bar? I saw these little sticks. Do these belong to you? Right?
Yeah.
You know, I like this particular one because it's one of my favorite colors. It was yellow. You see that? Yellow on that side, yellow on that side. But I found if I wiggled my fingers out, everybody wiggle your fingers. Fine, wiggle your fingers. And just give it a little shake, then I could get a picture to appear on there. You see, like that? And in fact, I could get that picture to appear on both sides. There's a little flag over there, there's a little flag over there. Now I found if I wiggle my fingers again, everybody wiggle those fingers again, and give it a little shake. Here we go, here we go. I could make that picture disappear from that side, disappear from that side. Now the hardest thing to do was to get the picture to come back after I made it disappear. Everybody wiggle your fingers again. Let's see if we can get it to come back, because you know what happens? It will come back, but it only comes back on this side. See, it's no longer on that side. So now we've got, we'll just leave it this way now. We've got the flag on this side, we've got nothing on that side. And I'll leave that up here on the bar where I found it. And that's what I like to do. Whenever I see something around the house that I can do magic with, I love to do it. Well, that's just, I wasn't even planning to do that. I just happened to see that, so I thought it'd be a lot of fun. And you know what? I thought right now, since this is a special occasion, that I'd do something special for all of you, and that's to tell you something a little bit secret about magicians. So I just learned a secret about magicians. All right, well, do you know what the most important part of a magician is?
What?
His hands. A magician needs to have very, very steady hands and very, very quick hands in order to do magic. Now, this is the secret part. The way we magicians keep our hands nice and steady and nice and quick is we have a special secret exercise that we do with our fingers every day. Not like that, and not like that. We use a balloon for this exercise like this. Now, the first thing I have to do is blow up the balloon, so here we go.
Are you gonna pop it? No.
Think that's big enough?
No. No.
Think that's big enough?
No.
Think that's big enough?
No.
Oh. Think that's big enough?
No.
Yes, it is. Now, I'll bet most of you have had a balloon like this at one time or another in one hand, and something sharp like a needle or a pin in the other hand. Everybody knows what happens if you have a balloon in one hand and a needle in the other hand. The balloon always pops. Now, most people think the reason that that balloon pops is because the needle is so sharp. But that's not the reason. The reason the balloon pops is because your hand isn't very steady. If you have a very steady hand, it's actually possible to put a needle right through a balloon without popping it. And that's the exercise that I do every day to keep my hands nice and steady. And I'm going to do it for you right now. But I don't use a needle like your moms used to sew with. No, I use a needle like the Jolly Green Giant's mom uses to sew with. Very, very sharp. But if my hand is very, very steady, I'll be able to put this needle right through this balloon without popping it. So boys and girls, on the count of 3, a needle through a balloon. Here we go. 1, 2. Why do you have your fingers in your ears? Have I let you down yet? You know, every now and then I do pop one of these balloons. But if I should pop this balloon, remember one thing. I'm the one that's holding it. You don't have a thing to worry about. And if I should pop this balloon, I'll blow up more balloons and I'll keep poking them till I get one right. All right, here we go on the count of 3, a needle through a balloon. 1, 2. I have to admit I am a little bit worried. Well, you see, I can't put my fingers in my ears because my hands are full, so I sure hope this is going to work. All right, here we go on the count of 3, a needle through a balloon. 1, 2. 3 weeks ago I tried this. I did. I had to go through 17 balloons before I got it right. I hope that doesn't happen today. All right, I can tell everybody is now sufficiently worried and sufficiently ready, so here we go. On the count of 3, a needle through a balloon. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's the easy part. We're not out of the woods yet. That's the hard part, coming out the other end. There's a needle through a balloon. Now, if my hand is really steady, sometimes I can even bring out a piece of yarn through the balloon like that.
You're sewing.
That's something you don't see every day. That's a balloon with the string on the inside. Now, just in case anybody thinks that's not an ordinary balloon, I'm going to show you what this would look like if I did it without a steady hand.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, see, if I did this without a steady hand.
Uh-oh.
Look at that. It would look like that, wouldn't it?
I heard that.
Well, that's how a magician keeps his hands nice and steady. And now that I know that my hands are nice and steady, I should be able to do all of my magic for you today. And first thing I need to do with my steady hand is see if I can thread my needle again, so I'll be ready for the next magic show. Now, this is a hard thing to do without your glasses on. Well,
Do you have glasses?
yeah, I have glasses, but I only wear them usually for threading needles and doing things like that. So this is real magic. If I can do this without my glasses, I have to do this so I won't lose it. There we go. All right.
Ooh.
Now that I know that my hands are nice and steady, and I should be able to do all of my magic for you today. In fact, right now, I'm going to show you something that magicians are famous for. In fact, if any of you have ever seen a magician before, you might have seen him do something with a little piece of paper like this. Now, what most magicians do with a little piece of paper like this is they tear it up into lots of little pieces. Remember, I told you can help me is not to tell what's going to happen now. If you've seen it before. Now, most magicians tear up the paper in little pieces like this, and then they roll all those little pieces around in their hand, and when they open it back up, it's all back together into one piece of paper. you've ever seen a magician do that before, raise your hand. Good, hands down. I'm glad that most of you have seen a magician do that before because I'm not going to do that one today.
Oh, I know.
I'm going to do something better. I'm going to take those pieces of paper. I'm going to roll them up like this and put them right here.
Usually the banana does that.
And that's what I do with a little piece of paper. Isn't that silly? Oh, would you like me to let you in on the secret of this? All right, well, don't tell anybody if I tell you. Can you keep a secret, everybody? All right, well, the reason I could do this is because I ate 14 bowls of Fruit Loops this morning. All right, now don't tell anybody that secret, because if you do, the next time you go to the store looking for Fruit Loops, they'll all be gone. Yeah, so you keep the secret now. All right, well, you know, every now and then, a magician...
You say tricks are Fruit Loops.
Fruit Loops. Every now and then, a magician needs...
Everybody thinks they're tricks.
Yeah, well, maybe tricks would work. I haven't tried tricks. Fruit Loops work the best for me. You know, every now and then, a magician needs to have a magician's assistant. That's somebody that helps him with his magic. And in a little while, I'm going to have Jamie come up and help me. But before I have Jamie come up to help me out, I need to have someone else who'd like to be a magician's assistant. Let me look around here and see. How about you come on over here? And you stand right there. Hi, what's your name? Amy, how old are you?
9.
Have you ever been a magician's assistant before?
No.
That's okay. It's very easy to be a magician's assistant. You only have to remember 2 rules. The first rule you have to remember, Amy, is to stand up straight and tall, face the audience, just like you're doing. You're doing a great job already. The second thing you have to remember is to make sure you stay on the portable trap door that I placed beneath you in the floor. Okay, Amy? Now, you don't have to worry about that trap door as long as you do everything I ask you to do. If Amy doesn't do everything I ask her to do, we're going to say goodbye very quickly. But does Amy look worried?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Amy, you don't have to worry about the dragons and the alligators I keep in that hole. Because I can tell you're going to make a great magician's assistant. And now she looks a little worried. Now, Amy, since you're going to help me, I need to find out, oh, you know what I need to find out? I need to find out if you can help me out with something before we do the trick. Because, you see, we're going to do something with a piece of rope. And every time a magician takes out a piece of rope, people in the audience seem to think that the magician is using a piece of trick rope. Most people don't believe that magicians use ordinary rope like Amy might use to play jump rope and you might use to tie your best friend to a tree.
Yeah!
Most people think there's something fishy about magician's rope. So to prove to all of you that there isn't, I'm going to let Amy examine this rope. Now, Amy, when I give you this rope, I want you to look at it very carefully. I want you to look at every inch, every strand, every fiber of that piece of rope and make sure that this is a good, strong, ordinary piece of rope. Okay, Amy? There you go. That's enough. Now that Amy's had a very good look at this piece of rope, we can go on with the magic. Amy doesn't look very satisfied, does she? No, I was only fooling with you, Amy. You take that in right there. And just for a minute, I'm going to walk over here far away from the trap door. You stay over there on the trap door. And you know what we're going to do? We're not going to play jump rope. We're going to prove to everybody that this is a good, strong piece of rope because when I count to 3, we're going to pull on it. Now, Amy, I'll tell you what. Let me move this out of the way. I want you to kind of back up right over there, next to the bar there. And, all right, now I want you to hold it with one thumb and one finger like this, way up high over your head, as high as you can. And when I count to 3, we're going to pull on that rope and show everybody how strong it is. Okay, Amy? Are you ready? Okay, here we go, everybody, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Wow, look at that. I made Amy disappear.
No.
You know that's a better trick than the one I was going to do.
She's over there.
You know I didn't even know I could do anything that good. This is amazing.
She's over there.
Am I disappointed? I thought I performed a miracle. Oh, well, Amy, let's try this again now. One thumb, one finger, way up high over your head. And when I count to 3, we'll pull and show everybody how strong the rope is. Here we go on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Amy, you have to hang on a little bit tighter this time. I think Amy's getting the idea now. Okay. Now this time, when I count to 3, you're not supposed to do that.
No, you look good.
I'm getting to the end of my rope with Amy. Maybe we better use 2 hands for this, Amy. Let's do this. Put one hand there like that, put another hand there like that, and get a grip on yourself. Nothing can go wrong now. All right, now this time when I count to 3, don't let go. Okay, Amy? Are you ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Pull on that rope, Amy, and don't let go, Amy. Wait a minute, Amy. Wow. I wonder what Amy had for breakfast this morning. She must have eaten Wheaties. She's pretty strong. Okay, you can let go of that rope and come back right there. Okay, Amy, now, is that a good strong piece of rope? Okay, now before we do the magic with this rope, I want to find out how much all of you boys and girls know about rope. How many of you know what you call this part of a rope right here? Anybody? The ends, that's right. That wasn't a trick question. Every piece of rope, no matter how long, has 2 ends. One end is located on each. But watch. Because I'm going to cut off this end of the rope. And now I have a rope that only has 1 end. It's located on this. Now, the other one, no, this is the other end over here, you see. Now, if I cut off this end of the rope, now I have a rope that doesn't have any ends located on either. The only thing that this rope has now, everybody, is a very big middle, which is located here near the center. And I'm going to bring that up here. And I'm going to give Amy the big pair of scissors. And now, Amy, very carefully, without cutting off my fingers, cut that rope right there. Very good. Now, thank you. Amy just cut the middle out of the rope, but she made 2 brand new ends, you see. And I'm going to tie them together. And then, believe it or not, everybody, my assistant Amy is going to do the rest of the magic with the 2 pieces of rope, because Amy's going to make the 2 pieces of rope become 1 piece of rope all over again. Now, Amy, you're going to do that with a magic wand, but not an ordinary magic wand. Amy is going to use the very famous and wonderful Ronco 4-in-1 magic wand. That's right. Now, you kids are a little young. You don't remember the Ronco company, but they remember. That's right. I had to buy 3 Ginsu knives to get the Ronco 4-in-1 magic wand. Now, Amy, when I give you the Ronco 4-in-1 magic wand, you take it by the end and wave it back and forth at the ropes like this. Not up and down like that, because that could turn them into frogs.
Do it.
Look how hoppy he just got already. Make sure you go back and forth like that, okay? Right. Now, little circles like that. Little circles could turn them into camels.
Not me, I don't want to be camel.
No, I don't blame you. Have you ever smelled a camel? They're terrible. Make sure you go back and forth like this, okay? Right. Not little zigzags, Amy. No, that's the worst thing you could do, because you could turn them all into crabs. They'll come bite your toes off. You know, I think Amy's a little confused. Show me how you're going to do this, Amy. Which way? You've got the idea. You take the Ronco magic wand and wave it around, and everybody watch the 2 ropes come back together and be 1 piece of rope all over again. So Amy, whenever...
I saw this trick.
Wait a minute. I don't think I'm going to get very much magic out of the Ronco 4-in-1 magic wand today. You know, this is the same thing that happened to my Vegematic at home. Well, luckily I came prepared for an emergency because I brought along the fabulous Popeil Wonder Fan. You remember how to wave the Ronco magic wand? Right, but you never wave a Popeil Wonder Fan that way. You might slice and dice everything in the room. Would not be a pretty picture. Make sure you go up and down like that. That's the only way the Popeil Wonder Fan works. Okay, show me how you're going to do it. Good. You take the Popeil Wonder Fan, Amy, open it up real big, and wave it at the ropes, and everybody watch the 2 ropes will magically and mysteriously become 1 piece of rope all over again. So, Amy, whenever you're... Amy, this used to be a big fan of mine. If I would have known Amy was this destructive, I wouldn't have asked her to come up here. You know I would ask Amy to wiggle her fingers at the ropes, but with the kind of luck Amy has, her fingers might fall off her hand. I don't want that to happen, so instead I will do something that always works. That's to say the famous, ancient, mystic, magic words. Chew a wad of bubble gum. That's right, by saying the famous, ancient, mystic, magic words, the 2 pieces of rope have magically and mysteriously become 1 piece of rope all over again. Just like... Wait a minute, I see 1 or 2 of you are a little concerned by the slight blemish in the center of the ropes. Don't let that bother
You're
you.
not magic.
You don't like that there, we can just cover it up and pretend it's not there. Does that look better?
No.
No, we know it's still there. How about if we move it down to here? Would that make it better? No. Hey, that's silly looking. How about if we move it over to here? Would that be better? No. How about if we move it all the way over to there like that and make the two pieces of rope back into one piece of rope? And I'm going to give that piece of rope to Amy for being such a good helper. And I think everybody should give Amy a very big hand. Now, Amy, don't go away. No, don't go away. I have something else for you for helping me out. Since you helped me out, I like to make a balloon animal for my assistants that help me out. And I'm going to make one for Amy. But you know what, boys and girls? These balloons are very hard to blow up. So I'm going to ask all of you boys and girls to help me blow
Oh, I
this one.
saw that one.
Now listen,
It's
here's,
a genie.
here's the way you're going to help me blow this balloon
A
up.
genie.
Now, when I count to 1, you're going to all take a deep breath. Not yet, not yet. Wait, not yet. When I count to 2, you're going to hold that deep breath. And when I count to 3, then I want you to blow and help me blow up the balloon. Okay, is everybody ready? Here we go. 1 deep breath. That was too deep. You pulled me off my spot. Everybody let that out. Wow, I didn't know you were that strong. I better brace myself here. All right, we'll try it again. Here we go. 1 deep breath. 2, hold it. You know I never can remember what comes next. Why is everybody turning blue? Oh yeah, 3, blow. Now come on. I can't do anything with that. We're gonna have to try that again. All right, here we go. 1 deep breath. 2, hold it. And 3, blow. Ouch.
Your nose should be bleeding after that.
Cut that out. I'm gonna need a nose transplant if you do that again. Boy, oh boy. All right, here we go. Let's try it again. 1 deep breath. 2, hold it. And 3, blow. Very good.
Why didn't you use the genie?
Ah, you blew that up just the right way for me to make Amy's favorite animal in the whole world. Amy, what's your favorite animal in the whole world? Say a poodle. Isn't that a coincidence? I was just about to make a poodle. Here's the way we make a poodle, everybody. First thing we need for a poodle
I hate that noise.
is a poodle face, which looks like that. And we need a neck like this. And then we need some poodle feet. Poodle feet. That's right, poodle feet. All right, then we need a body like that. 2 more poodle feet. Poodle tail with a pom-pom like that. That's a little poodle puppy with a poodle puppy pom-pom. That's for Amy. Now, it could get harder to say than poodle puppy with a poodle puppy pom-pom because it could pop. That'd be a poppy poodle puppy with a poppy poodle puppy pom-pom. If you got tired, you'd be a poop pop poodle puppy with a poop pop poodle puppy pom-pom. That's preposterous. That's for Amy. Everybody give Amy a big hand. Thank you, Amy. You did a great job. Now, oh, Amy, I almost forgot. You get to have your very own pet knot also. Make sure you feed it and water it.
I guess it's a fish.
All right, well, right now, all of that business with the rope that Amy helped me with reminds me of a story about some rope. And this is a true story, everybody. This is something that happened to me a few weeks ago when I was going to do a magic show for somebody else's birthday party. But that day I was late, and I didn't have a chance to get all of my things together.
Oh,
So
I
I
heard
asked my assistant at home
Yeah.
to help me out by getting me 3 pieces of rope that were all the same length. Well, she wasn't paying attention, boys and girls, and instead of bringing me 3 pieces of rope that were all the same length, she brought me 1 piece of rope that looked like this, and she brought me another piece of rope that looked like this, and she brought me another piece of rope that looked like this.
Whoa.
Well, that's not what I wanted. I needed 3 pieces that were all the same length. But since I was in such a hurry to get to that birthday party that day, I didn't have a chance to get 3 more pieces, so I decided to cast a magic spell on these 3. And the way I did it was I took the short piece, put it next to the medium-sized piece, and I put both of those next to the long piece, just like this. And then I brought the other ends up one at a time, like this. So I had to keep those ends nice and even, you see, if I wanted this to work. I brought 2 like that. There's number 2. Brought number 3 like that, and then I wiggled my fingers. Everybody wiggle those fingers, wiggle, 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 wiggle. Good wiggling. Now, when I wiggled my fingers, I was able to do this. And then I had just what I wanted. You see, I had 1, 2, 3 pieces of rope that were all the same length. Well, I was pretty happy because then I had what I wanted. But I didn't stay happy for very long because you know what happened next? I packed those ropes up to take them to that birthday party. And while I was traveling to that show, all the magic wore off the ropes. And when I got there and unpacked them, this was the sad part because I had a short piece of rope. And I had a medium-sized piece of rope. And I had a long piece of rope. And I couldn't do any magic at all that day with those 3 pieces of rope. Isn't that a sad story?
It's a good story.
That's a sad story. How come you're smiling?
Because why? You could do it again with the other person.
Oh, I see. I thought you were smiling because it was Jamie's birthday party. And you know what? Speaking of Jamie's birthday party, since it's Jamie's birthday party, I think now is the time to have the birthday girl come up here and be the victim. I mean the assistant. So Jamie, come on up here and help me out. Everybody give Jamie a big hand. Happy birthday, Jamie. How old are you?
8.
You are you married?
No.
Yeah, maybe next year, right, Jamie? Well, Jamie, have you ever been a magician's assistant before?
No.
No, well, that's okay. It's very easy to be a magician's assistant. As you heard, you just stand up straight and tall, make sure you stay on the trap door, right? But if you're going to be a magician's assistant, you have to be very good at following directions. Are you good at that?
I don't fall
That's
down
good.
in the trap.
I'm going to give Jamie a little test to find out how well she follows directions. And if Jamie passes the test, then she gets to stay up here and help me out with this trick. Okay, Amy? Listen very carefully. You're not Amy. You're Jamie. Amy and Jamie. I'll just call her George. All right. All right, Jamie. Jamie, put your hands at your sides. Listen very carefully. The first thing I want you to do is raise your right hand up into the air. That's good. Put it down. And now raise your left hand up into the air. Put that down. Raise your right foot up into the air. Put that down. Raise your left foot up into the air. Put that down. Now jump up as high as you can. I didn't say come down. No, that's not fair, is it? That's not. No, I know. Gravity is not just an idea. It's the law. Now, Jamie, that wasn't really the test. That was just to make sure that you have a good sense of humor. Because the test I'm going to give you is silly, and you're going to need a good sense of humor. But all you have to do is watch Kabbalah and do what I do. And for this test, we're going to use some paper. We're going to use some black paper. We're going to use some pink paper. And Jamie, I'm going to give you some of that paper. And I want you to hold your papers in front of you just like this, and then I want you to do just what I do. First of all, Jamie, I want you to tear some papers off the end like that. Pretty good at destroying things, aren't you, Jamie? All right, Jamie, tear a little bit more off the end like that. Very good. Now hold your papers in your hand like this. Keep the black edges toward the ceiling, the pink edges toward the floor, the smooth edges to the left, the rough edges to the right. Then, give everything 3 turns to the left, 4 turns to the right, fold it over 9 times, do the whole thing backwards. Have you got that done yet, Jamie? What a mess. Don't ever let Jamie hold on to your notebook. Mess. Let me see if I can straighten that out. Boy, Jamie had a hard time with the last part of that test, but I can tell she's going to make a great magician's assistant. And since she's going to be my assistant, she needs to look like one. So let me see if I can help Jamie look like a magician's assistant by making for her a very special happy birthday magician's helper hat. Like that. There we go.
What's he gonna do out of it?
Yeah, well, that looks very good.
Pretty without it.
Well, you know what? She looks almost like a magician's assistant, but you know what else a magician needs to have, don't you?
What?
A mustache.
Oh,
That's right.
oh, brother.
We have for you an official magician mustache. And a weird beard.
Oh, give her a hat.
Now Jamie looks just like a magician's assistant or a strange fruit vendor. Or one of the Mario brothers. And now Jamie is all ready to help me with one of the world's greatest magic tricks.
I'll tell you what he looks like.
Boys and girls, this magic trick is done with a blue handkerchief that was dyed white early this morning. Yes. And it's done with a white handkerchief that was dyed blue sometime last night. Now, Jamie, you hold on to those. It's also done with a little bag that has spots all over the outside. And And it has nothing all over the inside. But if you've been watching very carefully, you've just seen a miracle, because now it has nothing all over the outside and spots all over the inside. Pretty amazing stuff, right?
No.
No, I was only kidding. All right, we'll put that bag back the way it was, and Amy, George. All right, Irving, put those in the bag. Okay, Jamie, you got those in the bag, and everybody wiggle your fingers at the bag. Well, you know what you just did? This is amazing. Wow, I don't even believe this. You just made the blue handkerchief turn white. And the white handkerchief turn blue. Pretty amazing stuff, right?
I know what happened.
Wait a minute. Jamie, they were not very impressed. You're going to have to do a better job. All right, you take those handkerchiefs and put them back in the bag. Put them back in the bag. And we'll see if we can do something better. How about if we make spots all over the handkerchiefs?
That'd be neat.
All right, everybody think about spots and wiggle your fingers. Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
I'm
wiggle.
thinking about planes.
Wow, you did it! This is amazing. We now have a white handkerchief covered with white spots. And a blue handkerchief with blue spots.
I don't believe that.
Wait a minute, Jamie. They're getting pretty fed up with you. You're going to have to do a better job.
I believe you
Put 'em back
if it's
in
a
the bag.
white spot. No, white with blue spots and blue with white spots.
Well, I think we're going to try and do that. You'll have to do a lot more wiggling. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your nose, wiggle your ears, wiggle your toes. That's it. Wiggle everything. Wow, you can stop wiggling now. You wiggled just the right way that time, because look at this. We now have a blue handkerchief covered with white spots.
Fine.
And a white handkerchief covered with blue spots. Is that better?
No! Yeah! I know what happened.
I think it's better, but it's not
I know
perfect.
what happened.
Wait a minute, it's not perfect. You know why?
That thing's a painting thing and painting spots all
I think
over.
so. Maybe there's a little artist in there, yeah. Well, you know what? It's not perfect, because there were supposed to be exactly 1,000 spots on the handkerchiefs, and I just counted them. There are only 999 spots. That means there's one spot missing. And you know where it is?
Where?
In the bag. That's right, there is a little artist in the bag that was doing that. You see, there's actually one spot is left in the bag, and that happens to be none other than Spot the Wonder Dog. Yes, indeed. And Spot the Wonder Dog is the one that made that whole thing work. So how about a little hand for Spot, and he can take a bow.
Yeah.
And how about a big hand for Jamie, the birthday girl?
Oh, that's Alibaba.
Now, Jamie, don't go away, because I'm going to make a balloon animal for you. And, let's see now. Everybody, you remember how to help me blow up the balloons, right?
No.
Here we go. 1, take a deep breath. 2, hold it. And 3, blow. Very good. You blew that up just the right way for me to make Jamie's favorite animal in the whole world. Jamie, what's your favorite animal in the whole world? Say, bunny rabbit.
Bunny rabbit.
Isn't that a coincidence?
And it is a bunny rabbit.
Is that something? How about that? I was just about to make a rabbit. Here's the way we
It
make a
is a
rabbit.
bunny rabbit.
First thing we need for a rabbit is a pair of rabbit ears like that.
Yeah.
And then we need a neck like this. And I want him to be a lucky rabbit, so I'm going to give him some good luck charms. Rabbit's feet. That's right, there's some rabbit's
It is a
feet.
rabbit.
Yeah. And there we have a body like that. And we need some rabbit's feet on the back. And then, of course, every rabbit needs a tail like that, right? And in case you didn't recognize him, everybody, this happens to be that very famous movie star, Rabbit Redford, when he was a baby. And that's for Jamie. Everybody give Jamie another big hand. Thank you, Jamie. Jamie, since you did such a good job, you can keep that hat and mustache and beard and wear them to school in September.
No, thank you.
If you wear them to school in September, your teacher won't know who you are. And if your teacher doesn't know who you are, she's not allowed to give you any homework.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you'd want to wear it. Thanks, Jamie. You go back and have your seat.
I'm not going to stop clapping until the whole thing is over.
All right, right now,
Wow.
I would like to play for Philip. He loves to play games with boys and girls. And his favorite game in the whole world is hide and seek. And he's going to play hide and seek with you right now, and here's the way we do it. We take him out of that little cloud where he lives, and we put him over here into a big cloud. Now, the big cloud has 2 doors. There's one door on this side, and there's another door on this side. Now, the man in the moon is going to try and hide from you, and you are going to try and find him. But that shouldn't be very hard. But there is one rule in this game, and that is you have to stay in your seats at all times. When you want to tell me where he's hiding, you just point with your finger. So anytime you think you know where he is, you just point. Now I'm going to put him in there like that. Close it up like that. And if you think you know where he's hiding, you point.
He's on the other side. You the left.
Over
There's
here.
not a door.
You know, I heard him sneak over here myself. I think you're right. Let's take a look. You are right. That's 1 point for you.
I'm not impressed.
Let's try it again. Let's see. Where's he
Me
hiding
either.
now?
I'm not impressed. There's not a
Over
door.
here. Let's see.
There's not a door.
Do you know what he is over there? That's 2 points for you. Let's try it again. Where's he hiding now?
Left.
Over here. You know you're pretty good at this. Let's take a look and see.
Right.
He's not over there.
Right.
Oh, you mean he's over here? Okay, we'll take a
No,
look.
right.
Oh, you mean he's over here? Oh, I didn't.
Right.
Now the reason you can't find him is because he's disappeared. He's no longer
Open
over
both
there.
doors.
He's no longer over here. He's gone.
No, open
completely.
both doors.
Both doors at the same time?
Yeah.
Always a wise guy in every crowd, isn't there? This is Ronald Reagan. I'll tell you what, I'll make a deal with you. If I open both doors at the same time, will you believe me then? Okay, I will. Both doors at the same time. See, he's not there. Nope, he's not there either. Now I open both doors at the same time. Everybody believes me now, right?
No.
You mean I have to
Turn
show you?
around. Yeah.
Oh.
I believe you.
Oh, I don't mind doing that because I told you he wasn't there, and I told you he wasn't there because the man in the moon is right back over here. While all of you were watching, nobody saw him sneak out of that big cloud and sneak into the little cloud, and here he is right back in his cloud, the man in the moon.
Oh, he's right there.
That's terrible. Now, even I can't find him. You know, maybe he's playing a trick on me. Sometimes he does that.
What
Maybe
if
he's
he
hiding.
killed the one-
What if he's hiding around here
Huh?
somewhere? You know, he could be hiding
There
out
he is.
there.
There he is.
could be
He's
right
in your
there.
hand. He's in your hand.
Wait a minute, he's in here. He's not in there. That's why we're
He's
looking
in
at
your
him.
hand. He's there. He's there.
No, he's not in there. That's why we're
In the
looking for him.
back,
Everybody
in the
look
back.
around for him.
No,
In the
no,
back.
no.
No, he's not in the back. Maybe someone's sitting on him. Look under your seat. See, could be. Look, they're doing it.
There he is. There.
Here he is, over here. How come you didn't tell me he was hiding right here?
He did.
Is that what you were yelling about?
Yeah.
I thought those big kids in the back were pinching you or something.
No, I thought you killed him with your gun.
You know, I'm glad we finally found the man in the moon because he's a good friend of mine and I wouldn't want to lose him. And I'll tell you what, since you tried to help me find the man in the moon, I'll do something special for you because I'm going to play a game with you right now. And this game is with balloons because I'm going to make balloon animals for all of you, but we're going to play a guessing game while we do it.
Oh, I know
Yeah.
this.
I'm going to turn these into all different kinds of things, and your job is to try and guess what each one is before I finish it. And you have to be pretty
The
fast
genie.
guessers.
Now that's the genie.
All right, well, I'm going to show you this. I do have a genie in here, so we don't have to all huff and puff to blow up these balloons. I have a little genie with light brown hair. He's about this big. His name is Genie Lollobrigida. Now, the way Genie Lollobrigida helps me blow up the balloons is I have to tickle him. When I tickle him, he gets angry and yells at me right through this hole. The way I tickle him is with this button. You see, there's a feather on the other end. That tickles the genie, and he yells at me right through that hole. But I just cover that hole up with a balloon like this. And then unbeknownst to the genie, when he yells at me, he blows up the balloon just like that. Now, after he blows up the balloon, after he blows up the balloon, then I can turn it into something, and your job is to try and guess what it's going to be. So anytime you think you know, just
A
call it.
snake, a bunny rabbit, a
Here we
girl.
go. And
It's a
dog
A
is a
dog.
good guess, everybody.
A
Except
giraffe.
it's a giraffe.
I was the first one who said the giraffe.
All right, now I'm going to put all the balloons down here, and later on, when the party's over and it's time to go home, then everybody can have one. But you can't have them until it's time to go home, because if you take them now, they'll never make it home. Okay, now the next one is going to be a very famous television celebrity.
What were they?
Okay.
Can I make my wish yet? No. Make your wish. Where's he?
You wish upon.
Don't sing, please.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. No. I got Happy birthday to you.
Okay,
You
let's do
live
that.
in ocean. You smell like a monkey. You look like one too.
Now let's do it nice. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jamie. Happy birthday to you. Well, I sing a long time.
Outside at Jamie's pool party.
He got stricken face.
There's Sarah and Adam And there's Melanie. And there's Adam being goofy.
Right.
Wait a minute, Adam.
Hey, Free, don't hang on the rope, okay?
What'd he do?
Hit the bottom of the pool.
How?
Diving in.
From where?
I need to have my head wet.
Who are we missing? Down there.
Kelly, are you getting out? Ooh, no, it's cold. Hey, I'm Jamie. Did you ever know I have contact? Can we go? We can go, guys. Go. I hold my bike down.
Huh?
Wave, and we can turn it off.
Birthday. Now, in front of Melody. You don't want to get in?
Hello, bye.
Where'd Jamie go?